Hey folks, welcome back to your Week 3 NFL picks here on the Vegasdon channel. Last week was awful. We went 7-9 against, not even against the spread, just straight up 7-9. Terrible, absolutely terrible. So not even good enough to make the playoffs. So after a 12-4 start, we were 7-9 last week, and we're going to hope that we right the ship. Our last night's pick was the Jets, and we got that one, although I did take the over on the over-under, and we were well under with a total of 27 points scored there last night. But nonetheless, we'll take our one win going into the week and look at the Sunday's games here. The early games, we have the Chargers of Los Angeles going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. The Steelers are 3-point favorites in this one. I see no reason for the Steelers to lose this at home against the Chargers. I think that they will cover over-under in this one, 34.5. Really, this is like a preseason over-under. I would take the over just because of the trends, but this probably will be a defensive battle, so bear that in mind. And again, this is all for entertainment purposes only. No betting involved, just fun for us here on the Vegasdon channel in our community. So yeah, I would take the Chiefs, certainly with the 3 points, and then I would go with the over if I was doing that. But yeah, so Steelers by 3, and then we have Houston at the Vikings. Houston is a 2-point favorite on the road in Minnesota. I've gone against the Vikings twice already this year in both games, and it's burned me both times. Now they're at home. I'm gonna call the upset. I'm gonna go with the Vikings at home. I think that CJ Stroud will probably be a little bit deflated after this one. Over under 46.5. They're expecting a little bit of scoring in this one, so I will take the Vikings at home, certainly with them being the underdog. And then we got the Eagles at the Saints. This is going to be a good one. I think the Saints are 2.5-point favorites over the Eagles. I think that they will certainly cover that. Over under 49.5, so they're definitely expecting some scoring in this one. I would expect that there's not going to be much defense in this one, so I'm tempted to say over, but I think I would take the under in this one, but I definitely take the Saints at the 2.5 points over the Eagles. And then Broncos at Buccaneers. Buccaneers will cruise in this one. They're favored by 6.5 over the Broncos. Broncos are not that good. Over under a 40.5. Not a lot of scoring predicted here, but I would take the over. Baker Mayfield may want to go to work and practice his throwing arm a little bit, and then you have the 6.5 points. I think that they will cover that as well. So Tampa Bay at home over the Denver Broncos. Then we have the Packers of the GBs, Green Bay Packers, going into Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans are favored by 3 in this one. Packers surprised me last week. They defeated the Colts at home. Now they're going into the home of the Titans. I'm inclined to take the Titans here. I don't know about the line. I think it could be a little bit like even closer, maybe a 1 or 2 point win. I would probably not take the 3 points, but I will take the Titans straight up for sure. 37.5, another very low scoring game they're expecting here. Neither team expected to get over 20 points, but I would take the Titans at home. And then we have the Giants at the Browns. This is tricky. The Browns are favored by 6.5. I would not take 6.5 on the Browns. That's just me. And again, for entertainment purposes only. The Giants just are having problems getting everything going there. I definitely think that the Browns will win. I don't think they'll cover. Over under a 38.5 here too. So again, not a lot of scoring. But definitely take the Browns. I would not take the points. For the over-under, I would probably take the under in this one. I think it'll probably be a defensive battle for sure. Bears at the Colts. The Chicagos are favored by, the Chicagos are the underdog by 1 point. The Colts are a 1-point favorite at home. This is tricky. Colts defeated the Vikings last week. I'm going to go with the Colts, and I'll take the line certainly at 1 point. I don't think they would end in a tie. Hope not. 43.5 is your over-under. I would probably take the over in this one. I do expect there to be some scoring between these two quarterbacks. So definitely take the Colts at home, and I would take the over. And then the Panthers fly into Las Vegas to take on the Raiders for the start of the late games on Sunday. Panthers are 6-point underdogs. Raiders came back and surprised the planet by defeating the Black Crows there in Baltimore last week. Over under on this one, 39.5. I'm inclined to take the Raiders for sure at home. Hopefully the offense shows up. I'll go ahead and take the points. Over under, I would probably take the under for sure. Carolina can't score, and the Raiders aren't much better when it comes to trying to score either. But I would take the Raiders, and I would take the points and the under in this one. Dolphins at Seahawks. Dolphins are my team, and shout out to 7-Eleven man. He's a Seahawks fan, so I would say. I'm going to go with the Hawks in this one. They're in Seattle. They got the 12th man there. They've got that crowd, that really ruckus crowd. The Dolphins have, Mr. Rogers starting for quarterback this week. So line on this one's 4.5. I think that the Seahawks will cover that. 41.5 on the over under. I think it'll probably stay. This is tricky. I would take the under on the 41.5, but I do think they will cover the line 4.5. And then we have the Ravens trying to avenge their just abysmal loss to the Raiders last week at home. They're on the road against the Cowboys. Cowboys are 1-point underdogs at home in their stadium. This is another tricky one, very tricky. I'm going to go with the Cowboys at home. Usually when you have a line this close, you always go with the home team. So I will take the home team, 47.5 on the points. I might actually, you know what? I'm feeling bold. I will take the over on this one, 47.5. I'll go over, and I will take the Cowboys at home for sure. And then we got the Lions of Detroit taking on the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona, in Phoenix there, actually in Glendale. And I think, let's see, we've got the Lions as 3-point favorites in this one in Arizona. Another very tricky pick here. I'm going to take the upset. I'm going to go for the upset pick here. Lions did not look very impressive last week. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I think that the Cardinals will prevail. Over under 51.5. They're expecting a little bit of scoring in this one. I will take the under, certainly with an over under that high in the NFL. So Cardinals at home and under on the over under. And then you have the 49ers at the Rams in the Battle of California, at least the first of two. This season. We have the Niners are favored by 6.5 points. I think the Niners will prevail in this one. I think that line might be a little bit fat, over under 43.5. I will take the Niners at home, but I wouldn't take that line at 6.5. I think that might be a little bit fat. And then the Chiefs at the Falcons for Sunday night to close out the Sunday slate of games. Chiefs are 3-point favorites on the road at Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be geared up for this one. They're going to be really ruckus and wild. The crowd will be there in Atlanta. This is another toughie. My head says 3. Chiefs by 3. They'll cover that. But then, in thinking about the games that I have lost this year so far, just in the first 2 weeks, I'm inclined to say Falcons. But I should probably go with the logical pick. I'll take the Chiefs. I will take the points. Over under 46.5. I think that they will probably go under this. Falcons they're still working out the kinks, I think, with Kirk Cousins. Even though they had that amazing come-from-behind win on Monday Night Football there against the Eagles, I think that the Chiefs will prevail in this one. And then Monday night brings us 2 Monday night games. We've got the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Kittens are flying into Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. Bills are 5-point favorites in this one. Definitely take the Bills in this, and I will take the points. Over under 45.5. I would probably go under. I think that the Jaguars might have problems scoring in Buffalo for sure, especially with their crowd there. So Bills, and I will take the line and the under on that one. And then Washington, the Washington Commanders travel into Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Bengals are 0-2, a surprising 0-2 to start the season here. They are 7.5-point favorites here over the Commanders. Over under 47.5. I'm inclined to take the Bengals at home for sure. I think that line is too fat, personally. That's just me. I would not take the points. The over under, I would probably take the under on that one as well. So let's see if we can improve upon last week and make it a little bit better and a brighter future for the rest of the season this season. We will see you again next time with the NFL picks, and enjoy the games on Sunday, everyone. We'll see you next week.